above, our souls entwined in eternal love. When we in the quiet, when we in the quiet of night, beneath the velvet sky so bright, whisper secrets to the stars above. Our souls entwined in eternal love. When we in the quiet of night, beneath the velvet sky so bright, whisper secrets to the stars above. Our souls entwined in eternal love. When we in the depths of despair find solace in the other's care, a bond that time cannot erase, a sanctuary, a sacred place. When we through the trials we face, hold each other in a warm embrace, our hearts beating as one, a symphony that's just begun. When we in the quiet of night, beneath the velvet sky so bright, whisper secrets to the stars above. Our souls entwined in eternal love. When we in the quiet of night, beneath the velvet sky so bright, whisper secrets to the stars above. Our souls entwined in eternal love. When we, in moments of pure bliss, share a stolen tender kiss, the world fades away, it's just us two, in a time that stands so pure and true. When we, in moments of doubt and fear, find strength in the other near, together we can weather any storm. For in each other we are reborn. Let our love be a poem written in the stars, a melody that echoes near and far, entwined forever, you and I. When we together reach for the sky, when we in the quiet of night, beneath the velvet sky so bright, whisper secrets to the stars above. Our souls entwined in eternal love. When we in the quiet of night, beneath the velvet sky so bright, whisper secrets to the stars above. Our souls entwined in eternal love. When we, in moments of pure bliss, share a stolen tender kiss, the world fades away, it's just us two, in a time that stands so pure and true. When we in the quiet of night, beneath the velvet sky so bright, whisper secrets to the stars above. Our souls entwined in eternal love. When we in the quiet of night, beneath the velvet sky so bright, whisper secrets to the stars above. Our souls entwined in eternal love. When we in the depths of despair find solace in the other's care, a bond that time cannot erase, a sanctuary, a sacred place. When we through the trials we face, hold each other in a warm embrace, our hearts beating as one, a symphony that's just begun. When we in the quiet of night, beneath the velvet sky so bright, whisper secrets to the stars above. Our souls entwined in eternal love. When we in the quiet of night, beneath Beneath the velvet sky so bright, whisper secrets to the stars above. Our souls entwined in eternal love. When we, in the depths of despair, find solace in the other's care, a bond that time cannot erase, a sanctuary, a sacred place. When we, through the trials we face, hold each other in a warm embrace, our hearts beating as one. A symphony has just begun. When we, in the moments of pure bliss, share a stolen tender kiss. The world fades away, it's just us two. In a time that's dance so pure and true. When we, in the months of doubt and fear, find strength in the other near. Together we can weather any storm. For in each other we are reborn. Let our love be born, written in the stars. A melody that echoes near and far. Entwined forever, you and I. When we together reach for the sky. We, in the moments of pure bliss, share a stolen tender kiss. The world fades away, it's just us two. In a time that stands so pure and true. Moments of pure bliss, share a stolen tender kiss. The world fades away, it's just us two. It's time to stand so pure and true, pure and true.
Time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self. What's the best advice you would give to your younger self?
If a bird lands on the branch, does the bird trust the branch or does it trust its wings? And the clue, I've seen many birds land on branches, but what I've never seen is a branch break and a bird fall and die. Trust your wings.
Wow. How long have you been a business owner for?
On my own, 5 years. I branched off and started my own company.
Who's the most important person that you met throughout your career?
My mom.
Yeah.
My mom.
Was she a business owner?
Well, of a house, but she taught me the most valuable lesson, and she said, start with a standard. What you accept, you can't change. So if you don't set the standard, the best coaches, the best leaders, right? Think of home plate in baseball, it's 17 inches. Coach don't widen plate. You got to play to the standard. So when you start a business, you say, my policy is this.
In other words, you got to know your worth.
You got to know it. Know your value. You can't give freebies.
What was the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
Well over 7 figures. That's me personally.
What's the most common mistake that you see business owners make in today's world?
Right, so you make the strategy, and they think it's simple. The strategy plus execution equals results. False. Focus on that plus. Strategy plus who owns what in the strategy. Because if people don't know what they own in your strategy, when two people own the dog dies. I thought you fed the dog. No, I thought you fed the dog. The the dog dies. So it's deliberately clear who should feed the dog so the dog stays healthy, so my business stays healthy.
How old are you now?
I'm 57.
If you were to go back in time and have
That's such skinny arms. I kind of wish mine were like this. Yeah, you can like it.
I thought you were like
No, I wish mine were like this. That's such. Who are you? And then I.
you gotta get your number. Hey, this is gonna be something like this. Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, this white people, you might have to reevaluate it. She over here showing us a piece of shit. Yeah.
No.
Oh my god!
Who are you? And then I.
You gotta get your number. Hey, this is gonna be something like this. Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, this white people, you might have to reevaluate it. She over here showing us a piece of shit. Yeah.
Ever use Google?
What the fuck?
The way you're standing right now, I can see part of your Clint. Your Clint's behind you. Like this Clint. The way you're standing right now, I can see part of your Clint. Your
What's the name of your school?
My school didn't pay me to advertise for them.
What's the name of your school?
My school didn't pay me to advertise for them.
What's the name of your school?
Stop reposting on stories and do that.
if you were in a car,
Alright, I need to think some shit.
What you said?
Spray you in the face with that battery acid, it will fuck up your skin. Espresso?
Alright, I was trying to wait for people to come into the stream. I guess nobody's watching the stream today, and that's cool. That's totally fine. You know? That is totally okay. But I did get another box of stuff from my ex. And so we're gonna see what's in these two boxes. This has been a fun, kind of weird experience. I'm happy that she kept all of my stuff and just didn't trash my shit, but also, I really do want to know what's in these boxes because I have no idea. Yo, what's good? What's good? Yo, guys, how's it going? So I'm gonna unbox some of my old stuff. This week, one of my exes contacted me and said that they had a bunch of my stuff in boxes and asked me if I wanted it back. And so they keep finding little by little. So the first time they gave me 2 boxes, then yesterday they gave me a box, and then today I picked up 2 more boxes. And I literally have no idea what's in these boxes. I haven't seen these things in almost 10 years, like 8 years. So in this box we have a motherfucking CD collection. What the hell? Yo, my CD collection. Yeah, look at this. That's wow. All my instrumental beats. Yo, that's how you know I was rapping hard as fuck, yo. Yo, no lie. No lie, you gotta see this. Uh-oh, what did I do? Instrumentals, street heat, more street heat beats. Street heat, beats of the street, beats. 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 Not instrumentals, but mental instrals. Yo, I got old instrumentals. I got more beats. I got some new great beats. I got Killamentals. This only has 6 beats on it. Beats number 1, beats number 3. Yo, my motherfucking mixtape, nigga. Yo, oh my god, is it scratched? Oh, that shit hella scratched. Yo, one of my old ass mixtapes. And then I even got the homie E-Class mixtape in here. Oh, that don't even look like there's one song. That might just be the beat that we recorded over. Rock and roll beats, sample beats, great beats, beats from Reg. Slow beats, old songs, our songs. So these are definitely some of my old mixtapes. Drama, Trap House Music. This is the one song that me and Reggie did together. That shit is garbage. Gorilla Prince and whoever this is, Whip Game. This shit right here probably garbage. This right here says My Music 6+1 featuring E-Class. New from 6+1. Damn, I wish people still actually listen to CDs. Well, my Master UD has a CD player in it. You can't hear? Damn, they said that the last time that they couldn't hear me. "13 tracks, 06 and 07. Oh, damn. Yo, if Puff was in here. Where you at, Puff? Yo, Boozy, what's good, bro? Working on some R&B? Yo, that's not even my shit, yo. So my homie wrote a poem, and he wrote another poem. I was like, bro, every time you write a poem, just turn this shit into a goddamn song. He was like, go ahead. We got Big Trav music. We got another Big Trav CD. Drama music. Oh, that was Reggie. Jew and B-Lo. Hot Sauce. Lucky 12 Records. That shit super scratched. That ain't going. Hey, none of these shits probably won't never play, but I got them. Common Folk presents E-Class. The sample CD. And then that's all of this is like all the front part is our music and like a bunch of old beats and shit. And then this is like industry music. All my Wu-Tang, Lost Boys, Mobb Deep, motherfucking Music Soul Child, Nas, Bone Thugs, Capone and Noriega, Ja Rule, Spice One. Oh, that Outcast, that Stank On You. Damn, that shit was hard. Dead Prez, Get Free or Die Trying. Muddy Waters, Eminem. goddamn. Redman. Why the fuck I say Eminem? The Firm. Eminem, the Eminem Show. Got Craig Mack. Coolio, Juvenile at 300 Degrees. Riot Music, Down South Mix, Boys in the Hood, Jaheim, Blackout Squad. I don't know what a lot of this shit is. Yeah. Naughty by Nature. Terror Village video. Yo, so there's, damn, that's a lot of music. What the fuck? Another CD case? Dave Matthews, Yellow Wolf, some more Mobb Deep, Tyler the Creator, more Yellow Wolf, Young Jeezy, Sting and the Police, Juvenile, 400 Degrees, Seal, some more Outkast, Cassidy mixtape, Flowbox, Machine Gun Kelly, Gorillaz, some more Yellow Wolf. I got the Sab Young CD in there, Diane Wood, Linkin Park, Nas, The Lost Tapes, another copy of Stank On You, Lil Wayne, The Carter 4, Mystical, Let's Get Ready, another Flowbot CD, yeah, that's an ass of music in there. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my Instagram right now. This shit is not really letting me go live or do anything like that. Oh, Webster's New World Dictionary. Because we didn't always have Google. Uh-oh. Tron. Ooh, Doors. That was Sweatshirt Earl. Goblin. Another Tyler the Creator. Compton soundtrack from Dr. Dre. Oh, is this like the first? Is this a good copy of my mix? It is. Okay. So yeah, that's when I did those 4 tracks. Yeah, Kid Cudi, So this is Speeding Bullet to Heaven, and this one is, I forgot what this one was called. What is the name of this album? This is Passion, Pain, and Demon Slam. Yeah, that was a good album. What is this? I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what this is. Oh, Daft Punk. This is their first album. This is Daft Punk's Homework. Yo, that's their first album. Definitely gotta keep that. Janelle Monáe's first album. More Daft Punk. Wait a minute, this? Hold on, if this is Homework, then what the fuck is this? Oh, this is Human After All. So this is their second album. This is their first album, Daft Punk Live. This is their Discovery. So I think this is actually their second album. Tribe Called Quest, Janelle Monáe, some more Kid Cudi. Good Kid, Mad City. Linkin Park. T.I. Paperwork. Ooh, Gym Class Heroes. I forgot all about those guys. Schoolboy Q. That's the Daft Punk Tron soundtrack. Okay, there is a bunch of good stuff in here. And there's a picture of me and my son. He was still really young. Alright. Some good finds in here. A lot of good finds. Especially all this music. Man. I don't know where I can like keep this stuff at. I say nobody listens to CDs anymore. They're just like collector items now. Alright, so that's one box. Human After All is the third one, Discovery is the second one. Okay, so it was Homework, Discovery, Human After All, then something, then they did the Tron soundtrack, and then they did, I think Random Access Memories was their last album they did. Alright, so here's another box that's actually taped up. Let's see. Yo, can you hear me? How you doing? How you doing? I started the stream earlier and they said the sound wasn't there, so I don't know. Oh wow, another box of music. I didn't realize I had so many CDs. What the hell? Linkin Park, Tech Nine, Linkin Park, Talib Kweli, Lupe Fiasco. Ooh, Distant Relatives, that album with Nas and Damian Marley, that was good. Some more Nas. Ooh, all my Linkin Park stuff. More Diane Wood. Tech 9 collabos. I used to listen to a lot of Tech 9, Rap Gods. Ludacris. Oh no, this isn't the case. Mobb Deep, America's Nightmares. Oh my god, that was a dope ass fucking album, bro. This needs a case. I don't have anything to put this in. Shit. I'll just set it in here. What is this actually? To Pimp a Butterfly. That's Ludacris album. Oh. Never really was a big Ludacris fan. Watch the Throne. That was Jay-Z and Kanye. What is this? Oh, Lupe. For Your Eyes Only. That was that J. Cole. What is this? A picture of my nephew, high school graduation. A picture of me and my stepson. Some more Kid Cudi. Some more Linkin Park. This blank album, this is Food and Liquor by Lupe. Yeah, I think this all black album, like the cover of it is black, the CD is black. It was that Food and Liquor. Some more Tech 9, KOD, some more Kid Cudi. More Lupe Fiasco, more Linkin Park, Lupe, Linkin, more Lupe with that Lasers. Oh, that Green album, that's that Untitled, Unmastered by Kendrick. That shit went hard. B.O.B. That was right before he got into his real like flat earth shit. Some more Linkin Park. Nerd. The very best of Hall & Oates. That's good. This right here is the Cul-de-sac. No, this isn't the Cul-de-sac. What is this one? The Internet? Whatever this Childish Gambino album was. Because of the Internet. Yeah. That was an okay album. This was a good album. Girl by Pharrell. High Violet by The Nationals. That was a really good album. Some Passwords. This is Prisoner of Consciousness, Talib Kweli. And then some more Tech 9. A bunch of loose stuff. Metallica. Hey Dudes. That's supposed to be some underground guys. Immortal Technique. Third World. All 6s and 7s. That's a bootleg Tech 9 Joan. Then I got my Black Doll Baby collection. Always considered using these for like some props for paintings. Yes, my Black Doll Babies. And another little box of props. Some old clocks and gearwork stuff that I might be able to use for something. Or I could just trash all this shit. I don't know. I don't even know what this is. A charger that nobody uses anymore. And then, what is this? Dude! Interstellar 5555. This is how you know I'm a Daft Punk fan. You gotta have that movie to go with the album. I don't know what's in this little box. This is... oh, a lighting system. Okay. Man, Saturday or Sunday, I'm gonna have a whole lot of shit to put away. Camera that has 2 pictures left. I wonder what's on this. I wonder if anybody still develops film. That'd be interesting. A candle and some more books. The Lightning Thief, Halo, Fall of Reach. Uh, the Battle of the Labyrinth. Somebody must be gave me these shits. I don't remember none of that shit. Larry Crown. My God. My copy of Berserk. Damn. The original. This is the original series. This is the remake. Yo, my original copy of Berserk. Lord. Oh, that definitely got to come on top. Twilight Eclipse. Never watched that shit. What is this? Tyler Perry's Laugh to Keep from Crying and Salt. I did watch Salt. That was Angelina Jolie in that movie. Alright, a bunch more CDs and some doll babies. I tried to like separate some of these CDs out while I was holding, while I was looking through them. Okay, so this definitely has to stay out. My 5555 and my copy of Berserk definitely have to stay out. All this music and shit. These pictures can stay out. That's a good bit of stuff. And I'm thankful that she kept it for me and just didn't throw it all out. Because she could have easily like just tossed it and never even thought about it. Because like I said, she's had this stuff for like 7 years. So, at least I got all my stuff back. Even though it's stuff I don't even use anymore, but hey, let's see. All right. Ooh, my bad. I have the live 2007. I don't think I have that first live one. I do have the live 2007, and they did in the garden with all, and they just did like a bunch of remixes of all their songs. That shit go hard, yo. They mixed the hell out of that shit. That was a good one. It was called Alive. Yeah, Daft Punk go hard, man. Like I said, there's a couple acts and a couple artists that I have like most of their stuff. Kid Cudi is one of them. Daft Punk is one of them. Linkin Park, Nas, Mobb Deep. I got a bunch of Wu-Tang stuff, like most of their group stuff, but their all their solo ventures. I don't have all that. But yeah. Yeah, Lupe Fiasco. There's like a few people, a handful of people, man, I gotta have all their shit, bro. I just love their music that much. So, and they always come through with the hotness. Yo, what's good, yo? Yeah, but my buddy sent me the poem, and I made it into a little song. That shit ain't too bad, little love song.
Quiet at night, feeling over, sky so bright. It's the secrets to the stars above. Our souls entwined, we eternal when we.
Yeah, enough of that shit though. All right, I'm gonna add some red, black, and red, black, and blue. I think that's what I'll add and see, cause I'm really not gonna paint a long time this evening. I'm really tired for some reason. I don't know. Well, I do know why exactly. I woke up like 3 o'clock in the morning. Had to take a piss. Did not go back to sleep. Could not go back to sleep. I was so mad at my damn self. I'm like, nigga, just shut your brain off. Go to sleep. And then I'm sitting up there talking to myself. Next thing I know, my alarm go off. Now it's time for me to fucking get up. Oh, you son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. And then I almost told myself, you know what? Just sleep in, reset the alarm for 5 instead of going to the gym and just get that extra hour of sleep. And then I thought to myself, if I try to sleep in now, I'm definitely not going to be able to sleep. I would have got extra rest just laying in bed, but I know I wouldn't have fell back to sleep. So I just got up, went to the gym, and had a whole regular day. Now that shit is starting to come down hard. I really starting to feel like I missed the extra hour of sleep today. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I missed some sleep. I don't like that feeling. So I'm gonna try to do a little something for a little minute, then we get up out. Oh damn! I stuck my whole finger right in the goddamn paint. Son of a bitch! And it's the most toxic, poisonous paint too. And I got it all on my damn hand. Yeah, this is the worst shit you can touch right here. Come on, come here. Hello? Hello? Some weird ass shit. What the fuck going on? That seems super weird and a little fishy. Motherfucker called me, don't say anything, and then when I call back, like the phone don't even ring. It's like it's just dead air. All right. All right, let's see what we got going on now. Damn, Boozer, I keep missing your comments. Poisonous? I said something poisonous? Oh, the paint. Yeah, that paint. Not gonna lie, bro. Prussian blue is one of the oldest colors that we have. It's been around for hundreds of years, but whatever they use to make this really deep colored blue, it's very toxic. It's a very toxic paint, bro. It's probably one of the most toxic paints there is Prussian blue. And so they really tell you like don't get that shit on your skin like all the time. And if you get it on, you can immediately wipe that shit off, bro. You don't want that shit soaking up, especially like I got it on my fingertip, not too bad, but like if it's somewhere like on soft areas of skin where that shit can really like rapidly absorb in your pores, nah, that shit ain't good, bro. Nah, that shit ain't good. I always leave something downstairs. Man, look, I've been here for an hour and I ain't do shit yet. I'm gonna paint for 15 minutes. I'm gonna wrap this shit up. All right, okay. I'm procrastinating harder than a motherfucker this afternoon. I ain't even you lying. This boy is procrastinating. It be like that sometimes, man. Hey, I'm trying to stay consistent though. I'm gonna do a little bit. I gotta put some paint on the canvas so I can say I did something. You know, that's all it takes. Just say you did something, man, each day. No matter how small it is, I'll do better tomorrow. Cause today, once again, it's just one of them days, man. I ain't really feeling that shit. I really feel like taking a goddamn nap. I know if I go to sleep now, then I'll really be up in the middle of the fucking night. And tomorrow is gonna be a busy day for me. I work for a nonprofit, and we partner with other nonprofits in the community. And there's another one of our sister organizations, and they do a day of giving where their staff volunteered their hours to help other people. And so they're gonna volunteer with us tomorrow, and it's gonna be like 9 or 10 people. And really, there's not a lot of shit for 10 people to do at our office all day. And my boss was like, well, I'm gonna stick 2 volunteers with you and just find something for them to do. I'm like, oh my God. So now tomorrow I gotta keep 2 people occupied above and beyond like my own duties. I got some real labor shit ready for their ass though. Some pick shit up and put shit down type stuff. You know? What you need me to do? I need you to pick that up and carry it over there and set it in that spot. I got a bunch of that for people to do. And they can help arrange like all of my craft materials and all of my snacks and shit that I use for the kids. Like that does need to be organized so they can do that. But I don't got shit for people to do all day. Then I got my prison class in the morning. After prison, I be trying to chill for at least a little minute. But no, as soon as I get from the prison, I'm gonna have to go straight into dictating orders to volunteers. So, it is what it is. I just know These motherfuckers better do what I tell them to do, or else. Or else we don't need you. Where's the volunteer? I sent him home. Why'd you do that? I told him to do something. They didn't want to do it. So you shouldn't sign up for a day of volunteering if you're not gonna volunteer. That just makes sense, right? Don't come to work if you're not coming to work. I think that's a simple philosophy. Don't come to work if you ain't come to work. Yo, my homie gave me a beat. Man, oh man. Well, he didn't give it to me. He let me borrow it just to write something to it. Because I do feel like I'm getting that urge to write another song. I just need inspiration to write. I can't write to nothing. So at least if I have something to write the beat, write the song to, and then I can plug it into the AI. This shit goes so hard, bro. Yeah. Let's get 'em. I'm a rider, I'm a supplier, you a liar, you's a denier, I'm a fryer. When it comes to beef, no vegetarian, I love to eat. Yeah, and you plain pork, you a fat pig, you a spit fork, you get roast, me and my niggas toast. Big bottles, we throw big hollows, your life is shallow. I'm not a role model, I walk a hard road to follow. Talking all that shit, eat your words, I make it hard to swallow. Yeah. And everyone to tell you I'm a hard act to follow. Damn, procrastination, never that. I've been waiting to meet Satan way heaven that. I'ma tell God he lied to me. I read the Bible and couldn't take it seriously. Now, this shit is such a mystery. Trying to figure out the history. Where mankind came from, the white man made a gun and called me his son. Man, we've been on some slave shit, took us off the slave ships. We've been on some slave shit, took us off the slave ship. Now it's time to change shit. I got my own weapons and ready to bang shit. On some let your brain hang shit. Damn, and I do the same thing shit. And I'm a monster even in my pajamas. I got your mama yelling like she in concert. They can't see the truth. They can't see the truth. And they hate the proof when I show it to them. Got an argument, but they can't debate, so they pull up this wrong shit. Got no time for the back and forth, told me to report about the Holocaust and where they got it. show me a report about the Holocaust and exactly how much it cost. Cause I done paid the cost to be the boss. Flipping this shit like I'm Rick Ross. From the inside of the penitentiary. Oh man, I did a checkup call on one of my guys today. Man, his the number that I got where he said he was gonna be at, I called it, didn't get an answer. I left a voicemail. And then I got a call back saying someone else called me back from that number saying, oh, I don't know where he at. I'm like, damn, bro.
She doesn't close the deal. She's not, the common theme is people want to like her and then she doesn't close the deal. She's not able to articulate a consistent and compelling message that makes those voters who show up for her, who are interested in what she's selling, that makes them decide, yes, this is the candidate I can commit to.
The Democratic Party convention, oxymoronic, with a special emphasis on the moronic, is already underway. But at some point, Kamala Harris is going to have to start fronting up and telling us what that party means and what that party stands for. Because the party convention itself seems to be a maelstrom of chaos, where it's being attacked from the left, attacked from the right, protesters are opposing one another, protests take place during the convention itself that seem curiously limp-wristed. And again, like Rowan Atkinson there, it might be argued, well, this is evidence of healthy debate and healthy conversation and the freedom to protest. But wait till you see the protest and sort of what it looked like and what it's redolent of and what it seems to be. Let's have a look at even the ardent Democrat Party supporters don't know what to believe anymore. This is an epitomizing image, I would say. A pro-Palestine protester wearing a COVID mask, demanding justice and a ceasefire in the Middle East. A ceasefire and an end to violence and an end to war is surely something that we all believe in. Surely all of us want peace immediately, urgently, always. But what seems really baffling and confusing is this party's inability to hold together even its own demographic. Let's have a look.
Y'all can do better than that. Mike, good morning. 50,000 people are dead. You are funding a genocide. The Harris administration keeps funding money to Israel.
Sometimes I feel that the simulation is breaking down. The protester herself, an ardent believer clearly in the token that is the mask, once it was proven that the mask made no difference. Now, even by the most enthusiastic reckoning, this pandemic is over. Many of us believe that the pandemic barely even began. Even the most biased and Pfizer-funded science would tell you that those masks were never effective. Even Fauci himself acknowledged the masks were not effective. So here, in one sense, we have an ardent devotee of the liberalist message. Liberalism that no longer means freedom in an Orwellian twist that would be hard to predict except by that great writer. On that side of the fence, on that side of this amorphous line, that protester's on board. But when it comes now to the Democrat Party's policy on Israel-Palestine, well, it turns out that she has to throw rocks and protest because she ain't going to get what she wants from her leaders, not from that party. The party that she believes in don't exist. Certainly it's not there. It's not having its convention in Chicago right now. And doesn't even look like their security that are moving her off the stage don't even really mean anything. I don't think she's wearing the mask to hide her identity, mate. I think you could, how many people do you think are wearing those shoes? If you love our content, then by Jove and by the Lord above, you'll have to love our partners too. We choose them especially for you. Dr. Gundry is a world-renowned cardiologist. He tells us about a secret potential toxin in food that's causing digestive issues, affecting millions of us. It could be affecting you right now. Here's a warning sign. Have you gained any weight lately? Are you fatigued? Are you suffering from digestive discomfort? Are your joints stiff? Back to the content, click on that link now. I want you to stay healthy and age beautifully. So, come along now, everybody. Are you beginning to sense that the simulation is quaking, that no one really believes in this anymore? Isn't it possible that among us and between us we can come up with something a little better than this? Something to believe in? Because even CNN, and I'll tell you this, I'm genuinely confused by this, because I do consider the media, the legacy media, the traditional media, to entirely be on board with the amplification of the globalist, centralist message. That could mean Kamala Harris, could mean Keir Starmer, could mean Macron, could mean Trudeau, could mean any one of those centre-left, but ultimately, I would say, globalist politicians. Here, CNN appear to be identifying, or at least tracing round, the elephant that is so plainly in the room. And that elephant is not the symbol of the Republican Party. No, that elephant is the lack of identifiable policy emerging from this convention or this movement. There's price gouging, which evidently economically is not a sensible way to address the costs of the inflation and subsequent COVID measures that have led to the conditions that many people are experiencing as high grocery bills, high gas bills. But for now, let's have a quick look at CNN doing the unthinkable. It seems like they are committed to reporting on the news. And the news is this: Kamala Harris don't seem to have no policies.
How Kamala Harris's campaign unraveled, they obtained the resignation letter of the Harris campaign state operations director, who is now joining the Bloomberg campaign. She wrote, "It is unacceptable that with less than 90 days until Iowa, we still do not have a real plan to win. Our campaign for the people is made up of diverse talent, which is being squandered by indecision and a lack of leaders who lead." Molly, that is rough stuff. You wrote a fantastic cover story on Kamala Harris about a month ago or so. I'm sure, based on what you're reporting, is that a lot of this isn't really a surprise to you.
No, what's a surprise is that she has failed to turn it around despite literally months and months and months of hearing this kind of frustration. And you hear it, it's reporters, it's people inside the campaign, it's people outside the campaign, it's pretty much every voter that you meet on the campaign trail who goes to see her, and the common theme is people want to like her, and then she doesn't close the deal. She's not able to articulate a consistent and compelling message that makes those voters who show up for her, who are interested in what she's selling, that makes them decide, yes, this is the candidate I can commit to. And the Times story and a Post story today have really laid out this frustration, especially within her team, that she hasn't been able to make those decisions.
And she's been all over the place in terms of the message. Here's a clip to show some of her kind of all over the place messaging.
Truth, justice, decency, equality, freedom. Our mother would sit up trying to figure out how to make it all work. That's something most Americans know all too well. And that's what my 3 a.m. agenda is all about.
He's tearing us apart. She'll bring us together. This is Trump. And in every possible way, this is the anti-Trump.
And now to her, one of the messages is she's the one who can bring back the Obama coalition. in the way that Obama had in 2007.
Yeah, they've tried out a number of different messages over the past several months and just tried to see what has stuck. And it's been difficult to follow her campaign because there have been so many different messages. And one of the biggest debates that she's having internally is whether she wants to be sort of this progressive, left-wing California liberal, or whether or not she wants to be more of a moderate. And both of those lanes are currently clogged up, and the fact that she's kind of vacillating between the two of those makes it difficult for any voter to stick to her when there are so many other options.
And Julie, this was a policy-heavy campaign, I think, in a way that some folks who got in didn't necessarily predict and maybe weren't ready for, and she has had issues with some of her policies.
Right, and some of this goes back to the candidate herself. I mean, they have tried out a lot of different messages and a lot of different strategies, but as Molly said, it is her lack of ability to stick to one policy prescription, one set of policy issues that she really wants to be her trademark that has put her where she is today.
Yeah, for her it seems like it's do or die Iowa, so we'll see. Just a couple of weeks left.
It's going to be an extraordinary election because what we have really, I suppose, is progressive legacy media, progressive in the sense that there was a kind of materialist belief that humanity is heading to some kind of ascension, fully behind the Democrat Party, as you might imagine, other than sort of debates like this. And you have online platforms hosting conversations between Trump and Musk. How is this propaganda going to unfold? When really, it seems to me, that there are very few conversations taking place about what genuinely and truthfully matters to all of us. The ability to live our lives individually and communally with a degree of unity, to have the freedom to express yourself religiously and spiritually, to become the person that you're intended to be, somewhat free from the overreach of government and the endless bludgeoning of global corporatism. Doesn't seem to me that that's something that's being openly discussed. But the Democratic Party convention is going to be pretty fascinating, and we'll be doing a watch-along when Kamala does her speech. Join us.
Russell Brand, you already know.
Russell
Brand is the
man. Any of my live shows will post the details of how you can become an away commander in the chat right now.
So they came at him and they tried to do the rape allegations from 11 years ago or whatever, and then the British government told Rumble and YouTube, hey, we think you need to take him down. YouTube took him off for a little while. Rumble said, fuck you, we're not doing that. And then YouTube let him back on after a suspension period. He only talked about that issue once and he hasn't brought it up again. I don't know if that's still like some legal stuff he's going through or whatever, but you know, and then people always try to like debunk him and oh, he's a plant as well, you know, he pretends to be this person or whatever, and it's whatever. If he's pretending, he's a very, very good pretender. I know he's an excellent actor, so the whole thing, it may be an act. But if it is an act, it's a very, very believable act because he seems genuine and honest, and he has a very good perspective and a way to break down a lot of these conversations and dialogues that are going on. I like his perspective on things. I think he has a very honest, unbiased opinion, and the simple fact that he's not even American. So, yeah, this whole Trump-Harris thing doesn't affect him. Well, he can't influence it anyway because he can't vote. But you know, globally, this will affect everybody. But so yeah, he just gives his own opinions. I like it. Yeah, he does. He seems to be on the up and up, you know. And everybody's gonna talk shit about everybody. And like I said, of course, people talk shit about him and try to debunk him and everything. And it's just, oh well. Like they're doing, yo, you heard what's going on with Mr. Beast? And I used to watch not a lot of Mr. Beast, but see like now let's see what's my suggestions. Russell Brand. I watch a lot of Wes Roth. He's a AI guy. This is sponsored. I don't watch no fucking sports shit. Eddie Griffin. Some more political stuff. Kamala. Jimmy Dore. This guy right here talks about magnetism a lot. And so yeah, you don't see like a lot of comedy or like weird shit, more AI stuff. Göbekli Tepe. Matt Walsh, he's from the Daily Wire with Ben Shapiro and those guys. More AI stuff. So yeah, I can keep scrolling and scrolling. You won't see like Mr. Beast pop up in here, you know. But I did, you know, a couple years ago, I watched a few of his videos, and some of his stuff was funny. Oh, Matt Walsh is the man. What is a woman? what is a woman? And but yeah, they're saying Mr. Beast is a total fraud and a scammer and all kind of shit. Now I'm like, damn, he got away with it for a long time too. Breaking, OpenAI's shocking Orion mode. Feds get involved. All the details. AI has been playing around with this new thing. The first code name for it was Q-Star. Then they started calling it Strawberry. Now they're calling it Orion. Or I don't know if they're all the same things or different iterations of the same thing. But OpenAI, since earlier this year, said that they made a really big breakthrough. Nobody's ready for this shit yet. We really need to hold on to this for a while so we can understand it better ourselves. And now there's what Wes Roth is saying, that the feds are getting involved with what's going on at OpenAI. But they seem like some weird shit, man.
Why is Dave McCormick spending millions of his own
Elon
money
Musk tried to sue the company twice.
He's pushing huge tax breaks for the super rich like him, and would help.
So I don't know. A lot is going on at OpenAI. Maybe not so much now, but they were like the top dogs with this whole AI revolution because they were the ones who put out ChatGPT. And that was the first one that I was aware of, the first AI tool like that I used. And it seemed to become real popular real fast, so much so that other AI startups used their open source code to build upon to make their own AI products. But now, since the tech has been out for a couple of years, like they're not so far ahead. They're still one of the top contenders, but there are a lot of other AI models that are catching up really, really fast. But too, like, they said they may have cracked reasoning. And reasoning, so from my understanding, OpenAI says, well, people have speculated that OpenAI may have cracked mathematical reasoning. Which is a very big advance, where this thing has like real world problem solving abilities. And some of the latest models, they've been tossing some reasoning problems at it, and they're getting really good at answering these things. So we are on the
rumors about the
frontier.
secret Strawberry model are true. The model formerly known as Q-Star is real and managed to get the interest of America's various national security agencies. Sam Altman and the OpenAI team had to demonstrate its abilities to various national security officials. What's maybe even more interesting is that the technology behind Strawberry is being used to build the next generation model called Orion. This Orion model will be different from any other model we've seen before in one very unique way. And exactly what the Orion model will be has some big implications for AI safety, for national security, the future of open source, and overall AI progress.
It's bigger than you can possibly imagine. Subscribe so you don't miss it.
Alright, so today's information reported OpenAI shows Strawberry AI to the feds and uses it to develop Orion. So this crazy situation just keeps unfolding. It's getting weirder and weirder. It's just strawberry fields forever. So for those of you that are just catching up, so everything I think kicked off with this article back in July 15th, 2024, OpenAI working on a new reasoning technology under codename Strawberry. So Reuters has been all over this from last year when they reported on Q-Star, the advanced AI model, the secretive AI model that got leaked somehow, or at least some details about it have been leaked, and it made huge headlines. So Q-Star. And we'll talk about in just a second why it's called Q-Star, but it's important to understand that the Strawberry project is Q-Star. They're one and the same. So either they changed kind of their internal naming of it or whatever, but we're talking about the same thing. Or at least if the star in Q-Star refers to the research out of Stanford in 2022, Self-Taught Reasoner, or STAR, or maybe the later paper they published called
Yo,
Self-Taught.
what's good, bro? How you doing? And yeah, so this is really interesting. So like he's saying, they made an announcement about a breakthrough last year. And Sam Altman got fired, and a lot of their safety team left the company, and they were like, "Yo, we don't think they're handling this thing right." And then Sam came back on, and then wound up firing a lot of other people. So it's been a whole weird thing. And now this thing, whatever they have, is so much of what it is that they have to work with the government now. Like, yo, this shit is so fucking big. We gotta show the feds this shit. And now it's a weapon. Soon as the government has to get involved, that shit is a weapon now. So this is wild. The next few years, man, let me say that. The next few years is gonna be super, super, super fucking crazy. Just like that first school year with ChatGPT, when all the teachers figured out like everybody's fucking cheating on their assignments because they're using the fucking AI. Now what's the next phase of this shit? Well, they already know what it is. They're just not telling us yet. They're just not telling us. So now that the government is involved, they probably get DARPA on board, and then they'll have to exhaust this thing to its fullest capabilities, to their maximum understanding, before they give us like a diet version of this thing.
Q-Star, maybe OpenAI internal name for it was Q-Star, and Strawberry is sort of the completed product, the final thing, similar to how you have GPT and then you have ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the thing that's out there doing stuff. GPT is kind of the architecture, the foundation. That's just a guess, I have no idea, but it's important to understand that both Strawberry and Q-Star are referring to that thing. So what is that thing? Well, the document describes a project that uses Strawberry models with the aim of enabling the company's AI to not just generate answers to queries, but to plan ahead enough to navigate the internet autonomously and reliably to perform what OpenAI terms deep research, according to the source. OpenAI's spokesperson said this about Strawberry: "We want our AI models to see and understand the world more like we do, we being humans. Continuous research into new AI capabilities is a common practice in the industry, with a shared belief that these systems will improve in reasoning over time." And one final thing that you need to understand before we dive back into the article that was just published, and it's this. So this is Noah Goodman. So he's not affiliated with OpenAI. He is a Stanford researcher, PhD in machine learning, I believe. He was one of the authors of that STAR paper, as well as the next iteration of it, the Q-Star, that looked into how the model could quietly reason to itself before outputting its final things, just similar to how we think and then we say stuff, hopefully, right? At least that was like one of the things they discussed, but here's what he said. He said, STAR enables AI models to bootstrap themselves into higher intelligence levels via iteratively creating their own training data, and in theory, could be used to get language models to transcend human-level intelligence. And he's saying, well, if that's the case, then we have some serious things to think about as humans, which is true, I gotta say. Because if this is true, then that could be some pretty huge implications that we have to deal with, and very, very soon. We'll come back to that in just a minute, because a lot of people have been dismissing this and saying it's not gonna happen, it's a science fiction, blah, blah, blah. We're not anywhere close to this. We're gonna run into issues with training data. We don't have enough training data. You know,
she said, the older I get, the less I want to live online. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, the next couple of years is going to be, it's the internet, but like, I don't know, some of these guys, that's why I listen to these guys a lot, because they're definitely able to explain it more. But just as the internet has really changed the way we live our lives, like right now, we're online right now. And when you think about it, there's barely a day that goes by where you don't utilize the internet. And yeah, we can go on a camping retreat and unwind and unplug, but that's intentional. That has to be planned and purposely intentional not to use these devices. I mentioned you're painting to my dad. He thinks he may have met you at some point and was familiar with the work. He asked if you were a rostered artist with PA Council of Arts. Yeah, I do sit on the council. No, not the PA Council. I sit on the Scranton. Yeah, I sit on the Scranton Arts Council sometimes. They'll invite me for meetings and stuff when there's like big stuff going on. What does your dad play? Because a lot of events I do, there's always some live music going on. And the old heads be jamming out. Doug Smith. Sounds familiar. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. That sounds really familiar. What does he play? The upright bass. Oh, I probably I know there's one bass player that might be your dad. I picked up my voter registration papers today. Got my papers. I gotta fill them out tonight.
Training data, and we're out. That's it. And we're going to enter an AI winter. Progress is going to slow down. These LLMs will not be able to keep improving, etc. You see these videos, these articles, right? We've hit a wall. That's it. Okay. So then August 7th, Sam Altman, the one and only Sama, posts this. He says, "I love summer in the garden," and a picture of strawberries. A lot of people don't like his little antics in his marketing / trolling, whatever you want to call this. I really enjoy it. Thank you for making our lives less boring. Just want to say that and get that out of the way. And so the information kind of report on that. They're saying, why is Altman being so cheeky? And there's tons of articles, some of which we've covered here. So New York Times saying basically, Sam Altman doesn't really have anything. And he's just sort of engaging with these anonymous Twitter accounts / X accounts to just create empty hype, but there's nothing actually happening. The reason I point that out is because so far kind of the narrative has been he doesn't have anything. That's why he hasn't released anything. And that's why he's engaging in all this weird stuff, because he doesn't have anything. So that was the narrative. Let's see how quick quickly that narrative changes. Don't be surprised if in the next few months you see headlines saying how he has the world's greatest technology, the most dangerous technology, blah, blah, blah. So it's going to go from nothing to maximum fear factor. But here's the new thing that just got reported. Sam Altman's team demonstrated the technology, the Strawberry Q-Star technology, to American national security officials. Said a person with direct knowledge of those meetings, which hasn't previously been reported. This is the brand new thing that we were able to find out. But this technology is being presented to America's national security sort of apparatus. So it's probably not nothing. I think there might be something there. Because keep in mind, I think Britain formed these little committees, and a lot of these companies like Meta and OpenAI, they were supposed to report to them before releasing any models. There was kind of like a handshake agreement there, and then none of the actual AI companies did that. So before, a lot of these government kind of international companies and groups were like, you better report everything before you release it. All these big companies are like, nah, we're not going to do that. Now, by demonstrating an unreleased technology to government officials, and specifically to kind of the US's sort of national security officials, OpenAI could be setting a new standard for AI developers, especially as advanced AI increasingly becomes a national security concern. If you've been following this channel, you've heard me talk about this before, and in fact, we've covered a paper that kind of predicts how all of this will unfold. So really, none of this should be a great surprise. Quickly, let me just say this. So we'll probably refer to this. So this is the situational awareness. Leopold Aschenbrenner, published in June 2024. So he was one of the OpenAI's safety researchers. He was on the Dwarkesh Patel podcast. He was the one that published this paper and started talking about it. So after being let go from OpenAI, because allegedly he's been engaging in some leaks. And again, I don't know if that's true or not, but that was according to the rumors at least, he was sort of allied with Ilya Sutskever. And he published this piece basically outlining how this AI/AGI race, how it will unfold. And pretty much everything he said really aligned with my thinking. This wasn't the thinking at the time. He was the first person to spell some of this stuff out. And now as this is unfolding, I would be surprised if, number one, the next decade, the next 10 years, it will have a name, right? So just like the personal computer era, the .com era, whatever, this might be called the intelligence era or something like that. And so far, a lot of the things that we're learning so far are lining up with this. America's leading AI labs self-proclaim to be building AGI. He's kind of referring to OpenAI here. They believe that the technology they are building will, before the decade is out, be the most powerful weapon America has ever built. But they do not treat it as such. To me, this was very apparent after watching I think it was the most recent kind of Apple reveal where, you remember, they're like, we're remaking the calculator, right? And everybody's like, what? Right, because this was sort of like proof, okay, not only is Steve Jobs gone, but the spirit of Steve Jobs is gone, because they're like making random updates to the calculator. Like, innovation is just dead at Apple. But I think they surprised everyone because they really did sort of upgrade the calculator to where you can draw charts on it with the pen, and it's able to use some underlying AI technology to kind of morph it into something different. You're able to like just easily create charts and graphs and formulas by writing on it like you would on a piece of paper, and it's able to change the numbers and change the variables, and it looks pretty cool. And no one knew it was coming. Everyone was surprised. Think about it. A company as large as Apple, how many people leaked that information?
This thing, it's what's going on inside of me. It's my moderate to severe ulcerative colitis. It wasn't always this.
Linus Torvalds is one of the most famous and influential computer scientists in the entire world. And he gave his thoughts on using artificial intelligence to code, and it is fascinating. So we're gonna watch the interview with him together in this video. So before we get into the video, let me just show you a little bit about Linus. So first of all, he's the creator and lead developer of the Linux kernel. No big deal. And also the creator of Git, the versioning software that basically every single software company uses. He created Linux as a free and open source alternative and is still actively involved to this day. So if anybody is qualified to give their opinions on artificial intelligence and coding, it is him. Let's watch this video. So this guy on the left is Linus Torvalds.
I typically say artificial intelligence is autocorrect on steroids, because all a large language model does is it predicts what's the most likely next word that you're going to use, and then it extrapolates from there. So not really very intelligent. But
All right, obviously, this guy has a very strong opinion of AI, and this has been debated over and over again. Is all AI doing predicting the next token, or does it actually have a deeper intelligence? And right now, it's probably leaning more towards just predicting the next token, which in itself is an intelligence, but fine. Soon, we will have other technologies, other techniques that go way beyond just predicting the next token. Let's keep watching.
Obviously, the impact that it has on our lives and on the reality we live in is significant. Do you think we will see LLM written code that is submitted to you as a pull request?
I'm convinced it's going to happen, yes. I do. And it may well be happening already, maybe on a smaller scale where people really use it more as a help in writing code. But automation has always helped people write code. I mean, this is not anything new at all.
And by the way, this video came out at least 7 months ago, so it's a little bit older. But he already says, yeah, it's probably happening already. Fast forward 7 months, it's definitely happening. And especially with the explosion of Cursor usage, the IDE that is AI native, everybody seemingly is building code, even if you don't know how to code. But then he continues and says, automation has been helping. And yeah, automation and programming go hand in hand. And this is just the next level of automation.
We don't write machine code anymore. We don't even write assembler. And now we're moving on from C to Rust. So I don't see this as something as revolutionary as all the news talk is every day about AI.
So what he's explaining is how abstraction works. In the very beginning, we were writing ones and zeros. Then we had machine code, and then we continued to abstract layer after layer on top of that to make it easier for humans to write code that machines can understand. And today, we don't write machine code. We write these high-level languages, C, Rust, Ruby, Python, all of these languages that then get translated down into binary in which a computer can actually understand and run. And that's what he's explaining. This is the next level and potentially the last level of abstraction. It is natural language. No longer do you have to be precise and exact with your explanation of what you want out of the functionality of code. You just explain it in fuzzy terms, and the large language model will then translate that into a coding language that will eventually be translated all the way down to machine code and binary. Now here's the interesting thing that I've been thinking about for a while. Eventually, large language models and AI in general will write more and more of the code that we use every day. And at a certain point, the large language model probably will write code in a language that doesn't look familiar to us at all, because they don't need to. The reason why we've had these layers of abstraction on top of machine code and binary is because humans are really bad at writing code. We can't read binary. We can't even read machine code very well. It takes us a long time to understand what's going on. The large language models don't have that problem. So eventually, we might see a coding language that is completely foreign to us.
I mean no disrespect to you guys. I mean no disrespect. I'm sorry. He came at me. He came at me. I'm sorry. I mean no disrespect to you guys. I am sorry. Car. Go back to your car. Go back to your fucking car. You don't want to fucking play with me, bro.
This might be a little controversial, but this is what
Yo. My man just sent me a meme of somebody getting knocked out downtown.
Who knows what it's going to look like? Because the only ones that are really going to have to understand it is the AI. And yeah, there's a whole set of implications that come from that. We're not going to touch on that in this video. Let's keep watching.
Grammarly now uses AI to help you write, not just revise. Type a prompt and generate a persuasive, mistake-free draft in seconds. personalized to your unique writing style. Download it for free at Grammarly.com.
But so you say you expect this can help people write code, this can help people get started. But then if we look at the previous conversation and the challenges around code reviews and maintaining, so do you think that large language models will get to the point that they can help us review code, that they can help maintain some systems?
I hope, because that's certainly one of the areas which I see them really being able to shine, to find the obvious stupid bugs. Because I mean, how many people here are actually programmers in this room? It's not a fair number. A lot of the bugs I write, a lot of the bugs I see other people write, they're not like subtle bugs. A lot of them are just the stupid bugs that you did not think about, and you don't need any kind of higher intelligence to find them.
All right, so he is 100% true. I was just talking to a buddy of mine who works at Microsoft, and they're using AI to do code reviews. And he said for the most part, it's not super helpful. I think it'll get there, but this is his opinion. It wasn't super helpful right now. But the point is, the bugs that it does catch that are helpful are the ones where maybe it's a misspelling, or it's like an off by one error, or something like that. Very obvious bugs that could and should have been caught by a human, but for whatever reason it didn't. But it might not currently be able to catch the subtle bugs, the issues with the functionality, the issues with the business logic. But maybe, we'll see.
But having tools that warn, I mean, we have compilers that warn about the obvious, really obvious ones, but having LLMs that warn about slightly more subtle cases where it may just say, this pattern does not look like the regular pattern. Are you sure this is what you mean?
So we already have something called linters, which checks your code for syntactical errors and other obvious things that can be programmed to check against. But now what he's explaining is large language models can maybe check more sophisticated errors, which is looking at a pattern that you used in your code and saying, hey, I see you've used this other pattern a bunch of times and you're maybe trying to replicate that pattern, but it's not exactly right. That would be really awesome.
The answer may be, no, that was not at all what I meant. You found an obvious bug. Thank you very much. So I do think that LLMs are going to be a big, you call them disparagingly, like autocorrects on steroids. And I actually think that they're way more than that, and how most people work is, we all are autocorrects on steroids to some degree. And I see that as a tool that can help us be better at what we do.
Yeah, so look, he called it autocorrect on steroids, and Linus said, well, then we're all autocorrect on steroids. Humans learn from the environment. We ingest all of this data through our eyes, our ears, our different senses. We learn from it, and we develop pattern recognition, which is essentially how large language models work. And when we're talking, when we're responding, maybe we are just trying to predict the next token in our own sentence. We could just be very sophisticated large language models.
But I've always been optimistic. The whole hopeful was the word.
Yes, yes. Hopeful and humble.
Hopeful and humble, that's my middle name. But on the other hand, I mean, I have been so optimistic that 32 years ago I was cheap enough to think that you can write a better kernel than anybody else. So you have to kind of be a bit too optimistic at times to make a difference. So my approach to LLMs really has been that, hey, this is wonderful.
I love seeing the optimism. I don't necessarily share it.
Yeah, no, a lot of people
But
disagree.
one of the things that I worry about in all this is we see the hallucinations. We see, and that's a technical term for LLMs, they do hallucinate and they do make up stuff. And so the more they are being put into the position where they will automatically do things without an actual human being there to catch them, the more this becomes scary. Not scary as in they will rule the world and not in the sci-fi sense, but in the so many bugs that will happen and that will affect our lives or our code.
So he's talking about hallucinations, and if you watch this channel, you know what that is. It's basically when large language models get something wrong, but say it with such confidence that it looks like they think it's right. Now, here's the thing. Humans make mistakes. Large language models being absolutely perfect is probably never going to happen. We're probably going to continuously reduce the number of hallucinations that large language models generate through techniques like QStar and Strawberry, long-term thinking, multi-agent systems, other ways to verify and validate the outputs. But it probably won't ever be perfect, but that's why you write tests and you do other things to protect the code against bugs that humans would write. We basically have to treat the large language models the same way.
Business owner, you probably read a lot of books, and a month later everything is gone. Wouldn't it be nice to refresh all this valuable data and talk to your books on your own AI server? So let's see how we can do that. I read a lot of books, and there are websites where you can get...
Well, I see the bugs that happen without them every day, so that may be why I'm not so worried. I think we're doing those just fine on our own.
All right, so he has the same sentiment as me. Basically, humans make mistakes, large language models make mistakes. We have to have systems in place that hopefully prevent those mistakes from making it into production and also minimizing the resulting impact of those mistakes, especially for mission critical code. Now, here's another interview with the same guy, Linus Torvalds, and again, he talks about AI with coding, and this is a more recent interview, so let's watch it together.
Let's go for something that's fun and entirely non-controversial. So let's talk a little bit about AI and large language models. And obviously this is the current hype kit on the block, and if you want to double your salary, add AI to your title, and it's hilarious to watch the self-description of companies, and every company on earth has an AI angle to their story as of this year. It is...
Yeah, it's very true. Every single company is now powered by AI. Pottery Barn, powered by AI. And it basically 10x's your valuation overnight.
But what I find so interesting is this idea that Gen AI is going to be the end of, insert whatever, end of programmers, the end of authors, the end of movie creators, the end of so many jobs. So you are going to be replaced by an AI model.
Finally. Yeah. No, I don't know. I hate the hype. At the same time, I think AI is very interesting. When I went to university, we were still talking about rule-based expert systems and Bayesian logic and all of this kind of thing. And it was called AI, but it was not in any way intelligent. And I do think that the last few years have been today's. But I don't want to be part of the hype. And I will say that the AI revolution has had, even at the kernel level, a few positives. For example, a company like NVIDIA, who is not exactly famous for being great at interacting with the kernel community, has actually been much more active and been involved in the Linux memory management code, because suddenly they start caring about Linux when they are selling a lot of AI hardware. I mean, it used to be crypto, and it's still obviously GPUs, and it's being used in big servers and running Linux. So it has actually had a positive impact, but my personal opinion is let's wait 10 years and see where it actually goes before we make all these crazy announcements of your job will be gone in 5 years.
I kind of disagree, especially for programmers. I really think 10 years from now, there's going to be very few application developers. What is the point of building an application when you can get the exact information that you want from a large language model directly? You're simply going to say what you want and it will give it to you. Let's use a really basic example, a to-do app. Rather than having a to-do app, you simply tell the large language model, remind me of this thing at this time. And it will know to store it, it will know when to remind you, and there's no need for the actual to-do application because the large language model is the application. And that can apply to any amount of sophistication in the application that you want. You simply tell the large language model what you want and it will give it to you. That's why I truly believe maybe 10 years is a bit aggressive, but the application layer is going away. There's just no reason for it. It's going to be natural language to AI, direct to compute.
Hi, I'm Steve Ballmer. I spent 34 years growing Microsoft, 10 years owning the LA Clippers basketball team. I love computers, data.
I think we already see lasting and almost irreversible change happening through many of these AI tools, not on the high Gen AI front, but just in the tools that make our lives better and easier. I keep calling it autocorrect on steroids, and people are mad at me.